What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics. Today we got a heavy hitter battle. We got Bruce Springsteen, his song Roulette versus Van Morrison, his song Russian Roulette. So a little roulette battle brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter, the longest time supporter that we have on the channel, Sean. Thank you so much for Sean. Thank you for all the patrons who make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out the Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. Couldn't do without the patrons. One-time donation, one-time reaction. Check out the Buy Me a Coffee page, also linked below. All right, Springsteen's my number one. You see him up behind me in one place or the other for Born to Run, but he's the man. But Van Morrison is absolutely fantastic as well. So let's jump into it with the first track, Roulette. It's from 1979. It's an outtake from The River, but it's from the album Tracks, which I've only listened to one time, so I'm sure I've heard this song, but I don't remember it at all. I'm going to have the lyrics up as always. Thanks again, Sean.
Toys out in the yard. I took my wife and kids and I left my home unguarded. We practically got into the car. No one here knows how it started, but suddenly everything was just so out of control. Now I want some answers that I need to know. I hear all the talk, but I don't know what you're saying. I think I got a good idea. The game that you play, I'm Roulette. That's the name, Roulette. That's the game now, Roulette. I don't believe what you're saying, Roulette. Everybody's playing. I grew up here on the street where nothing moves, just a strange breeze. A town full of worthless memories, a shadow in my backyard. I got a house full of things that I can't touch. Well, all those things that won't do me much good now. I was a fireman at a right 'cause I did my job. Mr. I've been cheated, I feel like I've been robbed. I'm the biggest member, my life's just scared from nothing more. But what you gonna do about your new boy? Roulette, you're buying with my life. Roulette, with my kids and my wife. Roulette, dead stakes get bigger. Roulette, I put the finger on the trigger. Down by the river that talks, the night speaks in search, lights and short wave radios fall. They're the police that patrol the streets, but I left behind the man I used to be, everything he believed, and all that belonged to me. I tried to find my way out to somewhere where I thought it'd be safe. They stopped me at the roadblock, they put up on the interstate, they put me in detention, but I broke loose and then I ran. They said they just want to ask me a few questions, but I think they're out of the plans. Now I don't know who to trust and I don't know what I can believe it. They say they want to help me with the stuff they keep on saying. I think those guys just want to keep on playing. Roulette with my life. Roulette, my kids and my wife. Roulette, bullets in the chamber. Roulette, who's an unlucky stranger. Roulette, surprise you're dead. Roulette, the guns to your head. Roulette, I'm spinning in the chamber. Roulette, will the trigger feel the click? No for the danger.
That is a crazy, powerful song. Max's drumming is fantastic. All of it. I mean, it's all in. And it's about the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident in 1979. And if you're younger, you're not going to remember that. I remembered I was 8 years old, but it really stood out. But we watched the nightly news, the ABC nightly news, I mean, if this would have happened nowadays with the internet and with social media, everyone would just be in an uproar. And everyone sort of was then, but there was no way to connect people and really, really get a grassroots. We're all outraged. But there was a nuclear power melt or a fusion meltdown in one of the reactors, and it released radioactive stuff. It wasn't horrible, it wasn't traceable in the people around, but we never know what these things do. It's not like a Chernobyl, but it could have been. And nuclear power was a really big thing. Then it was really growing, and it kind of halted it for a little bit, and then it kind of kept going. And now I did a little research here. In 1990, there were 112 nuclear power plants in America, and now there's 54. So, but this was a huge deal. Bruce said he didn't want to release it at the time because he knew there'd be a bunch of political blowback. You got to remember, man, like Bruce obviously now just went on this huge tour, the Land of Hope tour. So he's very well outspoken on social issues, and some of his quote fans don't listen to him now because of that, which I got my own opinions on that, but whatever. But, back then, you got to remember Bruce was almost broke. Like Born to Run in 75 was his last album with Columbia, and they were going to drop him if it wasn't a success. Then he didn't make an album for 2 years because of a deal with his manager, and he changed management. He didn't want him to get, proceeds from it and royalties. So then he came out with Darkness on the Edge of Town. So that's all he's got that were successful. This is an outtake from The River. So The River hadn't come out yet in 1980 with Hungry Heart and all that good stuff. Then he goes Nebraska, Born in the USA, the rest is history. But, he had to be careful then if he would have got, quote, canceled, which wasn't a word back then, thank goodness. But it might have ended his career. So I get it. Man, it's powerful. Now we go to Van the Man. We got Russian Roulette from the album Days Like This in 1995.
Take it or leave it, I've heard it been said. All this spring fever just way over my head. Stealing my moments, picking up all my time. It's playing Russian roulette with my mind. My business, baby, is just what's going on. I'm not gonna wait till somebody throws me a bone. I'm well on the limb now, and nothing seems to rhyme. It's playing Russian roulette with my mind. That you've caught on, yeah, that you've been using on. I'm going down to New Orleans, I've got to see Dr. John. If our mojo working, everything will be fine. Stop playing Russian roulette with my mind. When everything starts getting out of control, hang on to your hat now, hang on to your soul. Don't worry, baby, I wanna throw you the line. They're playing Russian roulette with your mind. There's too many hustlers, been here before. None of them really know just who that you are. Everything gets contracted and space gets confined. They're playing Russian roulette with your mind. They're playing Russian roulette. They're playing Russian roulette. They're playing Russian roulette with your mind. They're playing Russian roulette. They're playing Russian roulette.
All right, Russian Roulette, Van the Man, coming in with the harmonica solo at the start and finishing with it. Just a very smooth song. Coming through all the verses, different little things that's playing Russian Roulette with his mind between, acquaintances, this girl, all these different things. So smooth. Sounded fantastic. The Springsteen song was really almost angry, like in a good way. But then coming into this smooth, man, it put a smile on my face right away. Just kind of that up here and then a little bit down here in the smoothness of Van. But now I got to pick a winner. And after hearing the Springsteen song, I thought this was going to be a runaway. It is not a runaway. I'm still, however, going to go with Springsteen and Roulette, but I wouldn't argue with either choice because both of these are fantastic. Great choice from Sean. Love both of these artists. Let me know who you think won down below. Give it a thumbs up below. Give me a subscribe if you haven't already. You want more Van the Man? Type Van Morrison up there. You want more Springsteen? Type Springsteen up in that box above. You're going to see tons of videos. Thanks again to Sean. Until next time, guys, I will see ya.